Hello and welcome to another beauty box unboxing. Today it is one of my subscriptions. It's TOYL, which stands for Time of Your Life, and this is their November 2024 box. So this is a box that's designed primarily for women over 40. It's a monthly subscription. It costs £39.99 including delivery, but you can cancel at any time, and there's also an option to pause. So they'll preview the next month's box on the 18th of the previous month. If you want to pause or cancel after seeing that, you can do so as long as it's before 6 p.m. the following day on the 19th. You can get £10 off your first month and receive a free gift by using the code SAVE10. If you look at their website though, if there's ever any offers on, it's on there. So this month's box is worth £106.95 and it's called the Bounce Box. You always get a leaflet with TOYL. I love their leaflets. There's lots of information in there. A lot of it's, you can tell it's written by the founder, Karen, which I like. She actually says, what does the Bounce Box mean? It means skin and hair that positively springs back into shape, has movement, less sag, and quite simply helps us look even more amazing. I need that. Okay, now the first product in here is not one that's for me actually. It was funny, I did just do a little look at the preview this month and I very nearly did a pause. But I'm glad I didn't actually, because there's two products in here, which doesn't sound a lot, but they're really, really good products for me. And the others, do you know what? They're okay and I can give them to other people that will appreciate them, including this one, which is by Pixie. So this is the Glow Tonic. It's 100 ml with an RRP of £10. Karen says multi award winning, and I cannot tell you how long I've tried to get this in the box for you, and here it finally is. This is a highly concentrated, invigorating facial toner that deeply cleans pores by sweeping away excess oil impurities. The brand says this exfoliates and purifies the skin with glycolic acid. Ginseng improves circulation and energizes. Aloe vera soothes and hydrates. You either use it in the morning or evening or whenever needed. Cleanse your face, saturate a cotton pad with the Glow Tonic and sweep across face, neck and décolletage, avoiding the eye area. Follow with a serum or moisturizer. Now, Karen suggests that as this is basically a liquid exfoliator with the glycolic acid in it, you don't need to use it every day. She suggests using it just a couple of times a week. Now, when I first got back into beauty a few years ago, I used, this was one of my toners, but I think I did overuse it slightly and my skin wasn't really used to exfoliators in the way that maybe it is now. And as my skincare routine sort of evolved along the way, I did find that for me, exfoliators were better in the cleansing part of my routine rather than the toning. So I don't use exfoliating toners anymore, or certainly not ones that are quite as good as this one. However, I do have a family member who loves this. So that might be going in a little box for her. I have got one here that I can show you. This is my demonstration one that I haven't demoed for a while actually. I haven't had this in a box for a while. At one point we were getting it quite a lot. There's not a lot to show you. It's kind of liquidy as you would expect. But the smell, yeah, the smell that went on my nose. A little bit of exfoliating on the end of my nose there. It's got a very identifiable smell, which is quite nice actually. That's taken me back. I quite like that. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second while I have a sip of water. I will be back with you. Here I am. It's a very dehydrating time of year for me, and particularly when I do the videos, I forget to drink water beforehand, so I haven't had any water this morning. A couple of cups of tea and that's it. Okay, now this is one of the reasons I did want to try the box, and I'm really glad actually that I did. It's Temple Spa. Now this is a brand that we see quite a lot in TOYL, but I'm not moaning because I actually really like it. This is the Exalt Neck Cream, 50 ml, RRP £46. Karen says outstanding neck products are hard to come by, but this is one of my personal favourites. It's a neck gel, which means it's packed with water to hydrate that most difficult of areas, because the skin on your neck is very, very different to your face and it needs its own special product. This is it. The brand says that the special formula includes Mediterranean red pepper, grapeseed, olive, oats, wheat germ, vitamins, and the gorgeous essential oil of rose. In minutes, you'll see and feel the softness. It firms and tones the look and feel of the skin and softens the appearance of wrinkles. So you apply this after cleansing. They say a 1p amount to the back of hands, massage the neck and décolletage using upward movements until fully absorbed, and you can use both morning and evening. So I really like this product and I have been using it. Now, I got my TOYL box actually a couple of weeks ago, and I went to film last week and I literally got to the point where I'd done my makeup, I'd got myself all ready, hair, clothes, not this actually, and got everything up ready. I'd done a run through. I was all ready to go. And then I got struck by a visual migraine. And I don't know whether any of you have those, but mine is terrible. I know I'm getting one because anything I look at, the middle of it, there's a gap in my vision. And when I shut my eyes, I can see there's a bright light there. And this, it comes out, it's almost like in coloured prisms. It's and it expands into this sort of circular thing where you can see in the middle then, but then all the periphery is this band of prisms, flashing prisms. I've been to the eye hospital about it and everything. For me, it's hormonal, although apparently I was meant to not have them as much at my age, going through the other side of the menopause, but it looks like I've got a few still to come. So that was fun. The minute I get those, I can't do anything. So I had to stop last week, but that did mean on the plus side, I got a lot of time to try out this neck cream. So I've been trying it every night. I've only been doing it at night time. That's what it looks like. I can't remember how much I've used, but I have used a week's worth one time a day. It's a pale pink colour, which you probably can't get because of the brightness of the ring light. The texture is beautiful. It's very marshmallowy. It's egg white, whipped egg white type of texture, but more mallowy, if you know what I mean. I kind of know what I'm trying to say, but I can't say it. Now, the good thing about this, and what I do love about it, is it's true that the minute you put it on, you can feel that the skin feels more softer. It's got that lovely feel to it. So it's a great one to use. It does smell of rose to me. So if you don't like rose, I mean, it's not knockout rose. It's not sort of in your face sort of rose, but there is a subtle smell of rose in there. I'm enjoying using it, which is the main thing for me with beauty products. If I like using them, then I like them. Okay, the next one. Now this is an interesting one. This is by Upcircle. This is eye cream with cucumber, hyaluronic acid and coffee, and it's 15 ml with an RRP of £21.99. So Karen says Upcircle is one of the most incredible up-and-coming organic, vegan, zero-waste beauty brands. Dragon's Den loved them. And if you want to know where your coffee grounds go after use, look no further. And the brand says this refreshing and renewing eye cream contains upcycled coffee oil to brighten and hyaluronic acid to hydrate and plump. Skin-soothing maple bark minimises the appearance of dark circles and fine lines, or dark lines and fine circles. So you use this as the first part of your moisturising section of your skincare routine. Apply a small amount around the contour of your eye, and you can use morning and night. Now this, I'll tell you something, this is going to last forever because you really don't need a lot of it. And I love the little jar that it comes in. It's a cute little thing. So I'll show you, I've been using this all week, mostly at night time. That's what it looks like. It looks almost wet in there. Don't know whether you can tell that there. It's almost, it's quite liquidy looking. But all you need is literally pop your finger in like that, and that is all you're going to need. If you put it on the back of your hand, then grab a bit for your first eye, and then you'll see, because it's got the hyaluronic acid in, it blends out ever so far. If you put too much on, I mean, I suppose you can put too much on, but it's difficult then to tap it in. Use the right finger. Always use the wrong one. So yeah, I like this. Now, the reason as well I wanted to try this is years ago when I got my first lot of advent calendars, which was probably about 3 years ago, and I got a load of them all together. One of them was the Holland and Barrett one, and that had an eye cream in, the coffee eye cream from Upcircle in there, and it was one of the nicest eye creams that I've ever used. And considering I've used loads and loads and loads of eye creams over the last few years, this one always stood out. Now, I'm not entirely sure if it's the exact same one. This one does feel a little bit different in texture. They might have developed it further or something, and it wasn't in a pot. Can't even remember what it was in, to be honest. I just remember thinking that's great, and it did do a really good job on my under eye area. So I'm happy to get this again. Very, very happy. Like I say, it's going to last forever because honestly, you don't need much of it. Okay, next one. Now this one, again, it's from Upcircle. This is an eye roller with an RRP of £8.99. Karen says, isn't this fabulous? I'll get it out because then you'll see what she's talking about. Oops. Do you know what? I'm sad that I just ripped the packaging slightly because I'm going to be giving this to someone else, but never mind. That's what it looks like. Karen says, isn't this fabulous? The metal roller will help you massage in your eye cream without pulling the very, very delicate skin around your eyes. It's also perfect to help reduce puffiness. Upcircle says our brand new cooling eye roller helps to boost circulation for a healthy, bright glow. It also helps improve skin tone, skin texture and facial tension. So you apply so this goes hand in hand really with this. Apply the cream to the end of the ball and gently roll into skin under the eye area, clean after use. You can put it in the fridge before use for extra under eye cooling. Now, I'm giving this away not because I don't like it, because it's absolutely fabulous, but because I've already got one. It's a lovely little tool to use and particularly good for eye creams that are in a pot, I think. And you only need a tiny bit on there, and then you're all set to go. I didn't use mine with that only because I'm not entirely sure where I've put it. I know I've got it because you're not going to forget getting something as cute as that, but I've just got to find out where I put it. And then I will be using it with this little pot. I think it's a lovely little tool, but I'm going to be giving this to someone else because I don't need to. Okay, the next product in here. Now this is one, I love this, absolutely adore this brand. This is Percy & Reed's Smoothing Blow Dry Cream with an RRP of £20. Karen says this is an absolute winner for blow drying hair. Smoothing all hair types, the fragrance is fantastic, the anti-frizz is brilliant, and the heat protection is second to none. The brand says this heat-activated pre-blow dry cream nourishes, controls and improves manageability, smoothing and sealing strands whilst holding styles in shape, ideal for dry, frizzy or damaged hair. It contains conditioning ingredients including sunflower seed extract and camellia seed oil, and it's infused with one of the brand's signature scents, A Walk with Nature. This uplifting floral fragrance evokes the scent of the British countryside in bloom with citrus top notes, floral heart notes and a musky base. So I have to say the smell of this is gorgeous and it will linger in your hair for hours afterwards. So it is a nice one to use. I haven't used it today because I've been trying out a couple of other products from a latest in beauty box that I probably have put up before this video. I'm not sure which way around I'm doing it. But I used this last week before I was going to attempt to do the video then. It was nice to use, and I have to admit that, oh, that smell is gorgeous. It has got a good smell. That it did a great job on the day. Now, the only thing with it is it's quite a thick one. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. It smells gorgeous, and it does do a really good job on your hair. So the day that I used it, my hair felt lovely and nice, and it sort of tamed it, I suppose. The only thing is, the next day it did feel like you'd got product in your hair. I think it would be a particularly good one if you do have a certain style that you use and you want to shape your hair into that style. I don't, you see, I just blow dry my hair straight down, and that's all I do. I'm not very good with hair. Not adventurous at all when it comes to hair. I look exactly the same as I did in my junior school photo. That was quite a long time ago. But I think if you do have a certain shape to your hair and you style it when you're blow drying, that's going to be brilliant, because when you're using it, you can feel that it's sort of there, but it feels quite a light one. The only way I could tell that it would be good for styling is because of the next day, the feel of my hair. And I thought, yeah, if I'd have styled it in a certain way, it would have done a great job, I think. Okay, I think is that it? That's it, yes. Actually, there's more products than normal, isn't there, in a TOYL box? Normally they're about 4 or 5, but I got a bit confused there. So the first one in here is by Pixie. It is a really good exfoliating toner. And if you like this product, you'll love it. It's like one of those, I think I did like it at first, but then my routine evolved and changed. And to be honest, I think I was using it a bit too regularly. Then we've got the Temple Spa product. I do really like this. It's a nice one to use. It just feels so lovely. I love nighttime products that have a nice fragrance and a good feel to them. It gets you in that relaxing sort of mode. Then we have the Upcircle product. Is it Upcircle or Upcycle? Now I'm confused. I'm confusing myself. It's Upcircle, isn't it? Upcircle product, which I'm really happy to have. That I think I am going to use as my night time one, because it gives it that chance to sort of absorb in during my sleep. So yeah, I think that's how I'm going to use that one. Then the little tool to use with it, which is beautiful, but I've already got it if I can find it. And then of course the hair product, which smells gorgeous, did a great job, probably not 100% correct for me. So that's the end of the box. So I did another video just before this, which was the latest in Beauty American Beauty Showcase box, which I really liked. So if you haven't seen that, have a look at that if you're interested. Loads of Christmas edits coming out at the moment. It's just overwhelming, I think, with the boxes that are coming out. Cult Beauty have got some really nice ones they've just put out. I think they're going to go really quick, so probably by the time I put this video out, they'll already have gone. That's always the way with Cult Beauty. But I might get one of those. I'm not sure if they're still available. But yeah, there's loads, and I really don't know what to go for. I want something that's going to really wow me. You know, a box that you just see and you... Trouble is, I've got so many products already, or I've had them. You know, it has to be products that I either haven't had before and I really want to try, or ones that I absolutely adore. So we'll see what happens. There might be a few more coming out soon. Might be some good Black Friday details. Yeah, details? Black Friday ones? You never know. Okay, I don't know where that word came from. That's interesting. Right. Oh, I know. There was one came out. I have written it down. That's why it's jogged my memory. An OK Christmas type box, which I quite like the look of. But the reason I like it is because there's a candle in there that's just so cute. And I think it's, can't remember the brand, but I've got a few candles by them and they're gorgeous. They're always in nice shapes. And yeah, I'm tempted by that, but I think the cost of the box is like about 4 times what the cost of the value of the candle is. So I'm not sure, but I might get that, you know. In fact, I might get that. Yeah. Okay, talking of candles, because I've missed a week, I've got 2 candles to show you from my candle advent calendar from John Lewis, which I think is still available actually. So this was the one that I had the week before last, which is Stone Glow Cozy Vibes. This is spicy, cinnamony, Christmassy spice. It's slightly smoky. I don't know whether that's because of the little candle wick, but slightly smoky element. But it was very lovely to use, and you could actually smell that in the room. This is the one we've got at the moment. I haven't used too much. I'm a little bit behind on using them. This is by Airy, and it's Happy Space. To me, it smells a little bit rosy, I think. Quite sweet, quite a sweet one. But again, you can smell that in the space that we have, even though it's quite a sort of an open plan room. So I'm not sure what, by the way, my son did swap the candles around a little bit. So that might not be day 5, which is what I took it out for, my week 5. So I had a week off. The week before last, I had a week off, which was lovely. I was going to tell you all about that last week. So I've written things down, but whether I'll remember what I did, I don't know. So the one day we went to a lovely arboretum. We had a bit of the weather's been a bit sort of autumnal miserable, I think, the last couple of weeks. A bit grey. Not the kind of weather that makes you feel like you want to go to an arboretum. But on this particular day, although when we set off it was a bit cloudy, when we got there it was pure blue sky. It was perfect and beautiful. We'd missed some of the red coloured leaves, which are my favourite ones in autumn. There was still a few left, and the other colours were nice too, so that was lovely. Went out with a friend as well, pre-Christmas shopping, and we go to a place, there's a place near Evesham called Evesham Country Park. And although I think there must be a bit of country parkness to it, the majority of it is like a little bit of a retail area. So there's a garden centre and other little retail shops like pavers and I can't think of the other ones, but interesting little shops as well. Got a few presents there, got a decoration. My friend and I always get each other Christmas decorations for the tree every year. And she saw one that was lovely. It's a bit blingy. If you're not into your bling, you probably won't like it, but we loved this. Look at this. I don't want to drop it because it's for her. Isn't that so cute? So I got that for her. She'd already got mine, but I might go back and get one for myself. I'm not sure. So the other thing that happened was I had contact from the doctor for or a regular health check. I don't know how often they do them. The last one I had was years ago, actually. So I had one of those health checks where you go along, you take your blood pressure, they take blood test, all that sort of thing. And she wanted to weigh me. So I got on the scales and I said, look, I don't want to know how much I weigh. I just don't want to. I don't want to have that feeling of deflation when you get on those scales and think, oh, because I haven't weighed myself for such a long time. So she didn't tell me, which was very nice of her, but she said it's probably not as bad as you think. She said it's not like ideal weight, but I'm not probably as bad as I think I am. I'm maybe just over the mark, into the overweight bit. So in a way that was nice, and I got my results back. I have got a little bit of higher cholesterol than I should have, which doesn't surprise me in the slightest. So I've got to try and reduce certain things, which is a bit depressing, especially coming up to Christmas, but never mind, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and be good. So the other thing, we bought a bird feeder. You know, one of those like metal bird feeders that you hang various types of feed off, which was a really nice addition to the garden. We've got some in the tree at the back, but you can't really see what's going on. So we put this nearer where we actually, nearer the house. And yeah, it's been really interesting watching all the lovely birds come along, although we did have a bit of an incident. We had an incident where the magpies keep coming into the garden, and they're bully birds in my garden. I don't know about you, but they really bully the other birds in my garden. And I had these two little, I think they were song thrushes near the bird feeder, happily going about their business, and some magpies flew in, and then all the birds just scatter. This one little song thrush flew off straight into the shed, knocked itself out, and just was lying on the floor. So I didn't really know what to do, so I called my son, and my son is an amazing human being and very caring, and you know, he's 19. You don't expect them to be as caring as he is at that age, but he is, particularly around animals, very similar to me. So we didn't know what to do. It was sort of dusk, so it was a little bit misty, murky in the air, and we weren't sure what to do. And I said, well, what do we do? And he said, bring it inside. And I said, well, you're not really supposed to touch birds. And he said, well, what's the alternative? We leave it out here, it's probably going to be got by a fox or a cat or something like that. There's a chance it might rouse itself, which is fine, but we just don't know what's going to happen. So in the end, we did have a box and we brought it inside, which was against my better instincts in a way. And then as soon as we got it inside, I thought, what are we going to do if it suddenly wakes up and starts flying around? So we didn't really think it through. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and practice my Reiki on it. So it was lying in a box on a blanket. And it didn't look great. I have to say, it didn't look great. But I did some Reiki on it and went away and thought, well, I've done what I think I can. And then my son called me and it had raised its little head. So I said, oh, I think it's gonna be all right. So we took it in the box outside, and it jumped up, and then it went hopping off under a bush. So I don't know whether it's okay or not, but we did the best that we could. It left a little poo on the blanket. I didn't mind that, you know. I would have done if that had happened to me. Okay, so although that's reminded me of something else there, and I don't know whether I should say it because it's a shame, but we took Summer, the Labrador, to the vets yesterday. I wasn't there, actually, luckily, because I would have had hysterics. And she gets monthly injections for her arthritis, which I have to say are extremely good. They do a great job. It's a pity we can't get them as humans, but there you go. But she was in the vets yesterday, and apparently another little dog came in to say hello and was sniffing around her and everything. The little dog left. She's very nervous in the vet. She shakes a lot and she's all quivery and worried. And then apparently there was a little bit of a smell, and when she stood up, she'd left a little present behind, which one of the nurses kindly got up for us. But poor dog. She probably doesn't like, I know she doesn't like going to the vets, and she knows she's going to get a needle every month. So there you go, poor thing. But she's happy. She's happy now. She's all bouncy and springy now. She's had a monthly injection. So that was it, really. Not a lot's happened this week. The majority of my interesting stuff was the week before. This week I've kind of, I guess, just spent a lot of time cleaning and tidying, which is necessary but boring and not my kind of favourite thing to do. Yeah, that's all I've been doing. The weather, it's just not, you know, if it's nice and sunny, I want to get out and about and do things, and I get all enthusiastic. But this weather doesn't sort of do that for me. I've been watching the squirrels as well. I don't mind squirrels on a bird feeder personally. I quite like their antics and watching them, and I love squirrels anyway. I worked in a place once where we had a squirrel that would eat out of your hand. I loved that squirrel. When I left that job, the main thing that I missed was that squirrel. Anyway, that's it really. So I want to send you some lovely healing energy. So I'm going to pause for a sec so I can build a little bit up in my hands, all ready to go, and then have a sip of water and I'll be back with you. Right, so I've got loads of energy built up. It almost feels like you're holding a ball of energy. It's quite interesting. So I'm going to send it to you. So this is lovely, healing, pure, good energy, only good, So use it for any things that you need it for, whether it's healing or for someone else or whatever you want to do. Good intentions, all your good intentions from this energy are going to work for you. Please take it, and if there's any pain that you've got, please let this help it. And whenever you watch this video, whether it's today, tomorrow, it won't be today because I'm not putting it out today. But whenever I put this video out, that energy is still going to be as strong as it is right now, and I can feel it, and it will help go to wherever you need it. Take lots and lots and lots of care of yourselves, and hopefully I'll see you again here soon.